Hello, I'm spine specialist Dr. Sang-Ho Lee. Today, we're going to talk about cervical disc diseases that may be limiting your ability. I can't walk faster because I'm getting old. Why am I walking so slowly? Or maybe your shoulder hurts and you're feeling a lot of discomfort in your scapula. I have tingling in my fingers. I have shoulder discomfort and tingling in my arms. If you're experiencing any of these symptoms, you should suspect that you may have cervical disc disease. While there are instances where a soft cervical disc will slip out, the ligaments may become calcified, resulting in ligament ossification. There is also cervical disc disease. If you have this type of cervical disc disease, you can't walk as freely as you'd like. You walk like someone who's intoxicated or has Parkinson's disease, which leads people to think that they're experiencing palsy. Why won't my body listen to me? But, because there are so many people that experience palsy, they think it's sufficient to just treat it with alternative medicine or blame it on their age as they're in their 60s or 80s. They think aging is the cause of their symptoms and clumsy walking. No matter how old you are, whether you're in your 90s or 80s, if you have a healthy cervical spine, you can walk just fine. You can lift your arms well. You can tightly squeeze with your hands. You can exercise vigorously and live a youthful life. It's not because you're older. When you have problems with your cervical discs, when cervical nerve is pressed, it's like a stroke losing strength in your arms and legs. In this case, if you find the cause and treat it, you will be able to walk again and be able to exercise vigorously. Once, a patient came from a local area, complaining neck pain and shoulder discomfort. While this patient's having chiropractic and a massage, but suddenly his legs start to feel weak. The patient urgently came all the way to Seoul. I discovered that the patient had cervical disc disease. When you have cervical disc disease, chiropractic and spinal manipulation may put you at risk, as it has only been 72 hours since the patient started experiencing weakness in the legs. The damaged spinal nerve has recovered, and after a week, he was able to walk again. He was able to return to his hometown, but there was another patient who came from other city. As expected, he said he was experiencing palsy, so he came in a wheelchair. So he had treatment for palsy for a long time. So I analyzed and found that it was cervical disc disease. Since a couple of months have passed with that symptoms, I told him he only has a 50% chance of relieving his paralysis. Patients who come in within 72 hours are able to fully recover. Because he didn't receive proper treatment for months, he may be able to recover only about 50%. The patient denied the surgery and left. What do you think happens then? Even if there is only a 50% improvement, that could be life-saving and possibly allow him to walk again. Even being at 50% will be incredibly helpful. So, the patient that came from local area was able to cure their cervical disc disease by receiving surgery at an appropriate time. The patient who came too late gave up on his treatment and is living in a crippled state. If you treat your cervical disc disease at the appropriate time, your feet will feel lighter, you'll feel strength in your arms, and your nerves will be able to recover normally.